Right, guys, today I'm going to talk to you about so many of you founders have an issue with your staff. You have a performance issue. Let's say it's your sales team. We're going to really focus in on sales teams and sales teams' performance today. And I'm going to show you how I managed hundreds of salespeople. Going to show you how for 2 8-figure businesses, how we grew their sales. I'm going to show you the number one secret on how I'm managing to grow multiple 7-figure businesses for so many of our clients and what I'm actually doing. And it's the most simplest process that you can ever find online. There's no one really talking about simplicity in business. Everyone's giving you these complex scenarios and all these things that you need to do, but it's actually just one thing that you need to manage your staff. And specifically for the sales team, this works all the time. And I'm gonna give you the exact activity and I want you to carry out with your team. By the end of this activity, your team will not struggle with sales because you'll find out if it's a performance issue, if it's because they're not trying, what is the issue? And culture within your office needs to be broken. The bad culture that's going on there and the performance that you see your sales team could be achieving so much more. You're probably spending so much money on ads and they're pissing it down the drain because they're not speaking to them correctly. They're not driven to call them. They're not calling them as soon as the lead comes in. They're not calling them with the right energy. They don't sound like they believe in the product enough. But you know your product's good. You know everything about your product is amazing. They're not going out and selling it like they should be selling it. And what is missing? So if you don't know who I am, my name is Osman Kiani and I'm on a journey to make £10 million per year. And I show you everything that I know along the way, and I'm spending hundreds of thousands of pounds in my education to learn, to level up to the next stage and to grow my business. But as I learn it, I share it with you for free. There's absolutely no charge. And the only thing I ask is that you might just drop a comment, like the video and subscribe. But apart from that, it's free. There's no catch. Just that little one thing. So what I'm going to talk to you about is one of the simplest things that you can do within your team, with your team together. And it's this. So on this side, you've got skill. And on this side, you've got will. So the skill and will. Let me just break down both of those for you. Skill is if you're managing someone, let's say it's your sales team. In this scenario, we're really going to focus in on the sales team and performance and culture of the sales team. Let's say it's a skill issue. They need sales training. They need upskilling. They need to learn how to close. You see specific things that they don't know how to use. Even the CRM system, even the computer systems, even the admin, raising tickets, project management, anything that needs to be done regarding their job, which they've not been shown how to do. It's a skill issue. And remember, some team members take longer to learn. Not everyone will watch it the first time or listen to you the first time. I know you don't want to repeat yourself and you want to sign things off correctly. But the best way to teach someone is actually to have a clear process. 1, have all the video tutorials that they need to know. 2, get them to work off a checklist. And 3, get them to sign it off with you, understanding that you both know. And if you've not done that one thing, then you don't really know if your team's been skilled. Most people think their team knows it because you've said it to them once. Then you can't understand if it's a skill issue. But a lot of the times it's how we've taught. We all learn so differently. When I was in school, I was a terrible learner, but the teachers that really engaged me were the ones that sat me down and spoke to me and really showed me a couple of times, and I really got it. That was me as a kid. Now I'm the same. I have to still read things a few times just to get the grips with it. But when I get the grips with it, I never forget it. And will is the effort level. How much effort are they actually putting in? How much effort are they putting in towards their work? So with your sales team specifically, if they're working a 9 to 5 job or 11 to 8, whatever shift that you've got for them, now, are they turning up right on the time? Are they turning up 1 minute before? Or are they getting there 10 minutes before, grabbing a coffee, sitting at their desk, looking through their CRM? Are they turning up half an hour before, just making sure their appointments are confirmed? Do you know how many times salespeople have a 9 a.m. appointment and they turn up at 9 a.m.? You know, that used to just rattle my cage. Turning up at 9 a.m. for a 9 a.m. call, you're now just going to get all flustered. You're not even going to look at their website. You're not going to look at any of the client's information. You're not going to read the notes. Just going to turn up and just call them, and then say, "Oh, why didn't it work when they didn't sign up, or when they didn't close the deal?" And they're just throwing away thousands of pounds. And this is a will issue, and this can also be a cultural thing. When they see the leader, the founder, the owner of the business, or the sales manager behaving a certain way, looking relaxed, it's a will issue. When I see the sales manager slumped in their chair like this, and then the salespeople are set to perform, that's a will issue on both parts. Because if the sales manager's not engaged, the founder's not engaged, do you think the salespeople are going to be? Look where they're learning from. If I've got team members, if I'm running a sales office, I'm sitting upright all day. Not because I'm a militant, not because I'm really like uptight, because I want to set the standard. Even in the way I sit, I want to set the standard. And that's how I'm going to drive performance, in setting the standard. How else are you going to get people to put in more effort, to do more, if you don't do enough? And will comes down to so many factors of people. Now let me just break down this example for you. So it's skill on this side and it's will on the bottom. Let's say you've got someone absolutely new. This is what you're going to do with them. This is how you're going to coach them, and this is what you're going to do. You're going to simply say, hey, just want to do a quick one-to-one with you, set the scene, make sure you've said something good in the beginning. So you've said something good, said something positive, and you just said to them, can I just ask you, based on how much skill you have within sales, on selling this exact product that we have, and based upon the will and the effort level that you believe that you have for this job, can you put yourself somewhere on here? And what they're going to do, let's say it's a staff member that's completely just got no clue. You're going to manage each scenario differently. So let's say they got no clue. They think they're doing a great job. And they're going to say, well, I'm really trying, but I could learn more. And they say, I'm about here. And now you're going to say, okay, so you believe that you're trying your absolute best. Now you know that person actually believed that they're doing enough work. And this is going to be the biggest realization that you're going to have in your sales office, because that salesperson thought they were working as hard as they could. And they thought it was a skill issue. But when you said, you know, I'm going to put you, if I can gain permission, I always gain permission from them, saying, can I be really honest with you? And can I tell you where I would put you on this chart? I'd say, I'm going to put you about here. I think there is more learning to be done, definitely within skill. But I feel as though you could be trying more. If I can say that, and also say to them, I want to work with you on this. We will work this out together. Because if you do this without any sensitivity, they will be deflated and they'll not want to work that day. Their will go down even lower. So this conversation needs to be had in a very intelligent manner in this scenario. And you're going to say, this is the gap that we have between us right now. Can we talk about it? And now you're going to discuss why you believe they're not trying as hard and why they believe they are trying as hard. And that single conversation will change the way your sales office works. That will change your relationship with that person. Let me go over scenario 2, because you'll get the trend on how you should be supposed to be having these conversations with your salespeople. Scenario 2, the person says, to be honest with you, I'm feeling a bit deflated. A lot of stuff's been going on at home. I don't believe I'm trying that hard, but I believe I'm really skilled in this scenario. And you say, well, I actually think you have a lot more to learn. And I do think you are trying hard. I think you're actually being quite tough on yourself. I actually think it's a capability issue. So maybe we need to give you better training and support. And I'd actually put you here. And now this is the gap. And now you can discuss that. You discuss it together as a collaborative effort. Sales officers work in different ways. You get sales managers and founders that are just running a complete dictatorship. Those officers never seem to last. The staff can't seem to maintain motivation for very long. They do things out of fear. They do things because they know they're going to get a bollocking. They're going to get a form filled out. They're going to get a late form, a complaint form, or whatever it is, that PIP form that you'd fill out with them. But having a consultative approach with them will change the game, because then each session is actually about them and not about you. Make the coaching about them, not about you, because when you make it about them, that's when they'll perform better for you. Change your perspective on how you run your sales office, on how you see your sales team, and this will massively help you. If you like the content that I'm putting out, like, share and subscribe. I'll catch you on the next one.